I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
The next, hold on. I got a tip. Let me shout this tip out quickly. I got a $2 tip because would you consider tapping in on a game with a large community like Dark Souls or RimWorld, like be it for a month, all day you play one game, you get good at RimWorld and have a chance of getting a large support group behind you? I mean, like focusing on one game, really. Are you saying, oh, this person is saying, did I ever think of focusing only on one game and getting really good at it and just being a part of that actual community? Well, there's a couple things. Number one, I've never done that, and here's why. Even since the very beginning of being a YouTuber way back in the day, we're talking, I started in 2008, and I started doing this for work in 2011, okay? My goal was to try to do a big variety of content. Even though I had opportunity, for example, to focus in on one thing, I think I would have been pretty successful if I had decided early on to just play fighting games, notably Street Fighter, because that's where I had my history. That's where I had experience. I actually am pretty good at Street Fighter games. But I figured out early on that was not something that I was interested in. Here's why. If you focus in only on one genre of game, okay, RPGs, Souls-likes, fighting games, driving games, sports games, FPS games. Here's what can happen is you can get really good at it. You can become almost like someone who's known in that community, someone who's looked up to, oh, man, the new Soulsborne game's coming out. Can't wait to see Darkside Phil tackle that one and do all his videos on it, right? A lot of people are very prominent for doing that, sticking in one wheelhouse and focusing on just one style of game. Here's the problem with that, okay? Number one, you're at the whim of that industry, meaning just because Soulsborne games are popular today doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be popular next year, 5 years, 10 years from now. The industry has these different trends. And if you really get focused on one style, you might get stuck in a rut if the industry goes the wrong way. For example, fighting games. When I started as a YouTuber, they were blooming and exploding in popularity. There was a fighting game renaissance with Street Fighter 4, Tekken, and all these other games that were all coming out around the same time. So it was amazing. Then Street Fighter 5 came out, and there was a huge fighting game rut where basically Street Fighter sucked, and people had to play these kind of inferior games for a long time. And so imagine now, I'm focused only on one style of game. Imagine if right now I was an FPS guy, and I had to play either Battlefield 6 or Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and that's it, because there's nothing else right now in the competitive realm of FPS games, and I was just stuck playing those forever. I would lose my mind. I'd be ripping my hair out. Really, I don't like that idea of sticking to only one style because you are stuck with that industry. You know what I mean? And to be honest, there could be ups and downs. There could be a time when a game is really popular, and then all of a sudden it's not anymore, right? So think of it this way. Again, maybe I'm a Call of Duty guy. Well, guess what? Black Ops 7 this year, everyone hates. Everyone's dumping on it. So even though I might be making amazing content on Call of Duty Black Ops 7, no one might care. I might be like, well, no, we don't care about that game. So all of a sudden now, my views are down, my business is down. It's not my fault that they made a terrible Call of Duty, but I'd be suffering for it, okay? So I saw very early on, I saw the writing on the wall, particularly with Street Fighter 4. I had an idea in my mind that even though this game is popular right now and everyone's making bank on covering it, I don't see that lasting. And so I decided to do the complete polar opposite of what you just suggested. I said, I'm going to be the guy that covers everything. And to be honest with you, 17 plus years later, I think that's why I'm still here. I feel like if I had focused only on one style of game, one genre, I would be gone. I'd be irrelevant and forgotten. Instead, because I am the jack of all trades but the master of none, I never run out of content. Like right now, look at what we just talked about. A horror game, a cutesy kiddie platformer game, an incredibly challenging Metroidvania platformer like Hollow Knight. And that's because people know me as the guy who plays all kinds of games. If not, imagine I said, what are we going to do? Well, suggest 10 fighting games. Are there even 10 fighting games to play right now? You know what I mean? That's where my success lies. For example, right now on YouTube, I have 229 viewers. Right now on Kick, I have 121 viewers. So across the two platforms, around 350-ish, right? And those are my positive viewers because, you know, we got people watching me on the illegal restreams and shit like that too. And those are my viewers, whether they like to admit it or not. They're only here because of me. When I stop doing this podcast and we move on and we do the Claire Obscure, half the people might leave, but then another audience comes to watch Claire Obscure. Tonight when I play Street Fighter 6, a different audience is going to come to watch me play fighting games. Tomorrow, again, when I do another style of stream with the Lego stream, a whole different audience will show up. Even though I only have 300 viewers at any given time, I have 300 viewers for different genres. You see? Again, one of the reasons why I have longevity and the support that I get from my viewer base is because they show up particularly for the style of game they like, and then they skip the stuff they don't. So a fighting game streamer might have a consistent viewership of 400 or 500 viewers, but they're there every day for the same game. With me, I have that number of viewers per genre. So at any given moment, my numbers could go up or down. We could have someone coming by and supporting because they really like a particular genre of game. It works. My formula has worked for me for a very long time. It very much might not work for a lot of people, but for me, it works. Now, I know that if I had focused on one genre, perhaps I'd be known and respected much better in the industry as the guy who plays this style of game or is good at this game or is an authority on this game. But that's not really what I was going for. Nor is that really what I think is that important. What's important is being able to entertain a variety of people who are going to come back, engage with you, and support your content, and that's what I have. So that's why I've tackled it the way I have, and I think that it's worked. Okay. I received another $2 tip. Maybe you can combine variety and do Soulsborne Mondays, RimWorld Mondays for longer periods. I'm sure you know games people will just support. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I would say, in regards to that, maybe there could be more consistent, like Friday Night Fights would be the closest thing that I have to that. A consistent day where I usually do one genre of game and it has worked for an extended period of time. What the hell's going on here? There we go. So yeah, I'm not saying that that wouldn't work to do more consistency, and you know, maybe not dedicate my whole schedule to it, but maybe do something more consistently. I'm curious what kind of games you guys would think. Like, what kind of games do you guys think would work for that? Is there a genre you guys would like? Like right now, we're doing RimWorld as a regular playthrough. Maybe at one point, if it starts to wane in popularity, we do it once a week, RimWorld Wednesdays or something, like they're suggesting here. I don't see why that wouldn't work as long as, again, we can get that consistent group that will come back that one day a week to see that content. And then I'm known for having that as an ongoing series. We did that with Minecraft for a year. We had a Minecraft playthrough that was going on. And we also did that with Truck Sim last year. If you remember, Truck Sim started way early last year when I bought the wheel peripheral for my PC. And that thing lasted all year until nearly the end. So that's another suggestion. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think that that's a good suggestion. But I guess the question is, what would be the actual genre or genres that you guys think would be a good thing for the rotation?